White House press room cameras on Thursday to perform a traditional presidential duty, that is consoler-in-chief during a time of tragedy. He said the country was in mourning, shared his condolences during an hour of anguish, and paid tribute to the first responders and the victims. Then he sharply pivoted, providing yet another reminder of how his new presidency is going to be very different. It will be combative, it will be unscripted, and it will be quick to point the fingers of blame. We do not know what led to this crash, but we have very strong opinion and ideas, he said. He then speculated that lowered standards of hiring for air traffic controllers in the Federal Aviation Administration during the presidency of Joe Biden and Barack Obama may have led to this factor and a disaster. Trump and his fellow Republicans have regularly attacked diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in the federal government. His team has made undoing such programs a core part of first days in office, saying they have divided Americans and weakened the country. And less than 24 hours after the first major U.S. air disaster in more than a decade, Trump, along with his secretaries of transportation and defense and his vice president, took turns hammering their point. Even as they provided no evidence that the federal hiring practices had any connection to this particular crash, asked by a reporter how he could blame diversity programs for the crash when the investigation had only just begun, the president responded, "Because I have common sense." At other moments, he acknowledged that it was not confirmed, but saying it's all under investigation. Trump said hiring guidance for the FAA's diversity and inclusion program included preference for those with disabilities involving hearing, vision, missing extremities, and partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability. An archived version of the website for the FAA Diversity and Inclusion appears to have been taken down in December, including a similar list. The agency was seeking people with targeted disabilities that the federal government was prioritizing for recruitment at the time. But it's unclear how the drive to make recruitment more diverse may have impacted the ranks of the air traffic controllers, who President Trump said needed all to be naturally talented geniuses. The FAA has more than 35,000 employees, only a fraction of which performs the role. In response to criticisms over diversity hiring practices last year, the agency released a statement asserting that all new hires must meet rigorous qualifications that vary of the position. Two of the things very clear from Trump's remark on Thursday is the first, that his eagerness to inject himself into a major news story is undiminished in his new term. And the second is that his view is never too soon to eject politics into national tragedy and use it to attack opponents and